might bring it down a little. Maybe.
Right. That's what I'm trying to. Yeah. So I'm like, the energy will be like. Yeah. So we'll be able to maneuver with that. So we got men, and then I think a woman. I think that'd be amazing.
Got it. All right. Let's see what our favorite guy until further notice has to say. Oh, I forgot, girl. Let me introduce. Hey guys, welcome back. We are about to go do a second video from the last one that we did with our awesome apologetic brother that you saw up ahead. So we're without further ado, introduce Toni.
Hey y'all, it's Toni Rose here, Role Queen Reflection. Ready to get into it. But.
It's true. So we're just gonna go into it because I mean we've already done a video, so I'm not gonna make it look like it's a new thing. And no, we're not pretentious people, okay? So we're gonna get right to the video. That's all it is. Let's go. All right, we're doing Stefan again. Our favorite guy. You're nervous? Why? You're nervous to see what he has to say?
Yeah, it's no, just about how hard it is. Like, not hard, but it'd be like start running into a person they know how to express their emotions and their feelings. Like,
shit. Right, repeat what you said.
No, I was saying like when you find men who know how to articulate and express themselves, that's a lot. And I'm sure it's the same thing for men. Like when they come here to meet, and women, because I know people meet me, be like, yo, what the hell? Like, so it's that energy is like, oh.
Yeah, like a guy asked me.
I think I'm ready, queen.
Like a guy asked me for my number. Yes, no, I don't give her my number or anything like that. But he asked me for my number, and I was like, "Why?" And he was thrown back by it. He asked for my number, like, so, but why do you want my number? He was like, because. I was like, you know what? I like that. He didn't try to run the game on me. He didn't try to do nothing. I was like, no problem. Give me your number. Huh?
It's not be your friend.
Exactly. But he didn't say that.
Yeah, right.
Listen, let me stop this, right? Let me stop this for a bit. If he had come to me with, I just trying to be your friend, my answer would have been like, bud, I have a lot of friends, but thank you so much. But he didn't say that bullshit line, or I like you, or whatever the case is. He didn't say that. He said, because, and that was cool. That's what I felt, because my question was so random, like, why you want my number? And it wasn't like, but why you want my number? No, it was like, why you want my number? Like, you know, like an interesting question. Yeah. And he was like, God, he was,
if he had, I really want your number now, sis. I didn't really know why I wanted your number before, but now I'm understanding and wow.
I got him. Yeah, so I was like, all right, no problem. I give him my number. I always warn them I'm a busy woman, so I'm not very talkative like that. If your conversation ain't good, we ain't gonna be talking. All right, let's go to Mr.
Bring back the honesty. I love that.
Yeah.
I said, bring back the honesty.
That's true. That's true.
Thank you for that.
Hey, it can be a very frustrating and hurtful experience. But if you're not...
Oh, sorry guys. This video is 5 mistakes women make when men are pulling away. So let's see what he has to say.
Mindful of how to handle it, there are some mistakes that you may do or have done. And so I'm going to now tell you the 5 mistakes women make when men pull away. I'm Stefan Lavoisier, your certified life and relationship coach, here to give you dating and relationship advice. Today is going to be dating advice for women. All right. And as always, before we get into the topic, be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, share this video, and as always, comment below. Have you experienced a man just pulling away? What has been your story? Share with us, or just say yes or no if it happened to you. But again, let's get into these 5 mistakes women make. Now, listen, when I say 5 mistakes women make, that doesn't mean I'm trying to make it your fault or put the responsibility on you in regards to him pulling away. However, I've seen these situations go left or go more left, all right, because clearly they already took a wrong turn, and not knowing how to handle it can not only just make things worse as far as the potential of that specific situation, but how you move forward from there and how you're able to bounce back and now receive a better opportunity for it to come your way. All right. So with that said, let's get into it. Number 1 mistake women make when men pull away Oh, and real quick, there's various reasons why men will pull away. There's a video I have about 5 reasons why men pull away. The link, you'll see it flash on the screen. Click that if you want to watch that, but be sure to watch this first. All right, so you understand the mistakes and then go understand the reasons why the man even pulls away. But let's just focus on the mistakes. So number 1 mistake that women make when a man pulls away, not expressing how you feel. Now, this was very important for me to say because I saw a few videos on this topic that mentioned the mistake being telling him how you feel, that it is wrong, all right, or a bad decision to make to express how you feel to him. And some of you may agree, but I'm here to tell you that is wrong. You should express how you feel. Understand this, from the position of a coach, me, all right, one of the biggest issues in relationships and dating is lack of communication. There are so many individuals who are making assumptions of what happened, what's going on, and reacting off of that rather than gaining clarity or giving clarity in the situation. And it's that lack of communication that creates confusion. The confusion creates chaos, and then the whole thing blows up. So you have some situations where 2 people could have easily resolved the problem by simply talking about it or by simply having known how the other person felt. But because that did not occur, there is no resolution. But not only is there not a resolution or the forwarding of that relationship, the individual who has not expressed themselves is more than likely now going to carry damage, emotional baggage with them, because you have now suppressed your emotions, suppressed your feelings, and you're carrying that with you to the next situation. That's extremely unhealthy. So not simply for the sake of, can we fix this current situation with the guy pulling away? No, for the sake of your emotional health, you should express yourself. It is always great to get things off your chest in a calm, loving manner, as best as possible, calm and loving, all right? Therefore, you can walk away knowing I spoke my piece. They know where I stand. They know how I feel. Now, again, some situations that man may discover something that he was not aware about that can now create reconciliation, or it may simply expose even more that he was not serious, he's not the one for you, whatever. Either way, you're going to have much better closure, a greater ability to move forward, and you won't risk carrying emotional baggage with you. So do not make the mistake of not expressing how you feel. Second mistake women make when men pull away is internalizing the issue. All right. So, as in my other video, the reasons why men pull away, one of the things I mentioned is that you don't always know what happened. All right. And it could be various reasons. And sometimes the man pulling away has nothing to do with the woman herself. It could be something tragic happened in his life or something that he does not know how to handle properly. It could be, again, he could have met somebody new. All right. There's various things that can happen that could be completely out of your control. But one of the mistakes that women make is that they internalize why he pulled away. They immediately make it about what was wrong with me. What did I do wrong? And listen, you should not be beating yourself up like that. Now, granted, there are going to be situations, if we're going to be completely honest, where our behavior could be the catalyst to somebody walking away from us. That's the reality. But if you don't know what the reason is, there's no reason for you to beat yourself up trying to overanalyze something that you're not going to get a clear answer from. Now, if you know deep inside there were some things that you handled improperly, that's different. But I don't want you to beat yourself up about it. I simply want you to reflect on it, understand it, make the correction. That's it, all right? But if you don't have any clue, any idea what went wrong, don't start trying to grasp at different straws. Don't start trying to ask 10 different people what's their opinions. Now you have all these different scenarios playing in your head, because all that's doing is driving you crazy. You're not getting any peace from this. And again, if he's not giving you the clarity, then you're not going to be able to get it by trying to guess. You can't come up with the answer yourself. So there's going to be times when we just have to accept they just weren't for us. And that's the reality. Sometimes you can be an amazing woman, an amazing human being. You can be someone that he actually views as a good woman, but that doesn't mean he viewed you as the woman for him. So him walking away doesn't mean there's something wrong with you per se. It just means that the connection wasn't there or the fit isn't right. You know what I'm saying? And better that we acknowledge that early on than to force a relationship or, in many scenarios, force a marriage with two people who don't really belong together. All right? So again, do not internalize when he walks away, but always be willing to hold yourself accountable for where you know, and that's like the key. The key is you know when you've behaved or you've done things that were unhealthy or may have caused problems in any relationship. The number 3 mistake that women make when men pull away is acting like you don't care. Key word, acting. All right? Trying to fake disinterest and act like it doesn't bother you because you don't want to give him that satisfaction or that power over you, whatever the case may be. It may make sense to you. And I'm sure there's some of you right now that's questioning, well, why would that be a mistake? It's a mistake because it's unhealthy. It's a mistake because, again, one, connecting back to the number 1 reason, when you have not fully expressed yourself or how you feel, let's just say there's a scenario where guy is dating you, guy is making effort, but he doesn't feel like you're giving the effort back. He doesn't feel like you're reciprocating the interest and desire. So now he pulls away, not because he did not like you or wasn't serious about you, but he didn't feel like you were serious about him. So now, in that scenario, if you act like you don't care, if you fake this interest, you only kill the situation even more without realizing that had you simply let him know, hey, this is how I feel, I do like you. Maybe you were holding back because you were scared. Maybe you were holding back because you just feel like you want to be extra cautious because you jumped too far ahead in your past. Whatever it is, simply saying that may have...
Women, why y'all make things so difficult? Seriously. The fact that he go, and this goes for everyone, the fact that this man go and say all these things, I tired. And I is a woman. Why do y'all always make things so difficult? Why do y'all always think everything is about one another? It is not always about you guys. Honest to God. You know how sometimes we just be in a mood and it has nothing to do with the other person? Why you can't internalize the same thing for a man? Why is that? Something up and it's all, you know what I mean? Oh, he mad at me for saying, no, it ain't about you, boo. Stop being selfish now. It's not about you. Something happened with a guy. At the end of the day, your fear of rejection and your fear that whatever you may be saying may come across a certain way is the reason why you're going to get rejected, or is the reason why it's going to come off a certain, because your fear has manifested into your actions. So then he can see that you coming with he timid and shit. So you don't know what type of man he is, if he might be manipulative or not. And he see you coming at he all timid and shit, caring and stuff. And he's gonna be like, listen, get out my face, blah, blah, blah. He see you. If you come strong, caring, got that energy, he's gonna pick that up and he's gonna respond to you as such. But if you come out here looking like a little lost puppy, he can treat you like a lost puppy. Remember, your energies transfer to how people react and speaks to you. Come in your true self, like he said, and then you're going to get the true answers that you want. The fact that you are shutting down uncertain emotions doesn't take you very far. Honestly, it doesn't go anywhere if you want to progress it. But if it's so that you're in a relationship and it doesn't work, oh well, hell, what did you learn during the time that you were with him? Did you grow? Understand? Did you try to shed some stuff? All of those different things. The fact that you with somebody and you with that person 6 years to 8 years and you think that within those 8 years you have wasted your time, then guess what? You've wasted your time, because you within yourself has been ungrateful and doesn't have the gratitude to say within those 8 years, this is what I've accomplished. This is what I've learned how to be in a relationship this long. This is what I have learned, and this is what I will not be doing in my new relationship. Not from a toxic way, but because you've learned how to be with another being. You've learned how to cook better. You've learned how to keep yourself better. You've learned how to express yourself better. You've learned that you don't like quarreling. You've learned a lot of things in those 8 years of relationship. Yes, it didn't work out the way that you wanted to work out, but guess what? In 8 years, I know you've learned something. I know that you've grown in some form or fashion. So why do you think that going into something you must accomplish something? Stop it. If the Bible tells you these things, it is not so. If you're in something for 8 years and you did not get married or got the children or the white picket fence, oh my gosh, okay, it is fine. It is fine. If it's so that your community shun you for you not having a successful relationship or a marriage, that judgment is on those people. It has nothing to do with you. They are not there. They don't know the full reason for you not wanting to be in that union anymore. We need to stop thinking about the opinions of people.
No, I agree too. I'm like, forget them people.
It's simple.
Forget those people. One thing I will say, are you finished too?
Yeah, I just was getting frustrated with women. Go ahead. I'm done.
I feel that. I feel that because it's bittersweet. Like, for me, I'm listening to what he's saying, and I always think about myself when I'm hearing these type of things. I'm thinking about, like, what did I do? But I'm laughing, like, I know for certain now I've scared people away.
Right.
Like, I know I have. But one thing that's interesting is I feel like this is the opposite world. Like, it's like either this or that. And I think that's where I always be like, like I come in with that because it's like, I don't think it's always so black and white. And I think that's why there's so much confusion. Because I'm listening to the video, like, where are these women at? Like, taking care of men away. That's why I'm like, I want to see the other video. Because I'm like, I'm scared of men away for the very things that he's telling us to do. That's what made me steer people away. So as I'm listening, I'm thinking like, the only person you need to be honest with about how you feeling is you. The only person you need to be telling like how he making you feel and internal. All you gotta do is unwrap all of that stuff, and you'll get to the bottom of it within yourself first, and then naturally I feel like after that you'll be able to see, is it him or is it you? Like, because you did you're trying not to internalize these things, so you got to work on what's causing you to internalize these things. Everything has a root, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Like, everything has a root. There's a root to why you don't want to express yourself to this man, because you're afraid that if you tell him the truth, he's going to run away, which does happen though. A lot of men, that's why I said it, or women, I've seen so many times that women can't handle the truth. That's why I was like, this is not a man versus woman thing. This is literally just people thing.
Yes.
Like, you got people who are afraid of the truth, and you got people, give me the truth, okay? Give me an opportunity to make a decision based on the truth. I love that. If it's going to hurt, it's going to hurt regardless. Like, honestly, the truth really will set you free though. So I'm like, I get it, but I definitely think I think we're getting closer to a point where I don't think it's going to be, I think it's going to be harder to generalize things, because for everything that we say about men, you got a whole group of women that do the identity thing. Everything that we say about women, you got a whole group of men who do the identity thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, interesting.
Yes.
Because a woman that literally went against the grain like my whole life, like everything people told me not to do, my intuition was to do that shit. So it's like, to see now being on this side of it all, it's like, damn, like everything you seeing to do, I did that too. And then like it really do come boils all the way down to like, who just not for you. Because people that are not for you, they're not gonna be comfortable with your truth no matter how you try to explain it. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how you try to put it out there, I feel like people could just feel our energy too. So I feel like, well, we didn't finish the video yet, because we don't like number 3 though, right?
Yeah.
He hasn't said what I thought he would probably say yet. And I know what he gave the disclaimer in the beginning, but I don't know. I guess I'll be looking for accountability, maybe.
Yes.
From a different perspective. And it'd be like, I don't like looking at different perspectives for them to tell me about myself. If you're a man, I want you to talk from the perspective of a man and say, this is why we pull away. We pull away because sometimes your truth be too much. We pull away because sometimes you'll remind us of our moms and we don't know how to take that. We pull away because we have not actually dealt with the reason that we have trust issues. And all. That's like, I'll be looking for that. Like, where's the juice, the sauce that almost matches the behavior of the woman who feels that way. That's what I'm not seeing it. Where is you got the apology, which is perfect, but where is that? Like, where is that at in these type of videos? Like, you see what I'm trying to say?
No, I'm with you. That's why, if anything, we can watch the other one just to see if he actually said that. I think we will have more to say on that one than this one, but we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. We'll watch that one and see what he said. Because I actually am interested to see that part as well.
Yeah, like, okay.
To see if people, I want to see if he mentioned that. It's almost done too.
Solve the issue. But instead, you go into faking like you don't care, and you may kill the potential of that relationship if it could go somewhere. Or, going back to what I mentioned earlier, you acting disinterested is unhealthy because you're suppressing your real feelings and desires. And so now that acting like you don't care becomes a toxic cycle. It also becomes a suppression of emotions, which becomes a lack of healing that you will not carry with you into other relationships. So one way or another, don't play the game. And that's the other thing. It's a game. When you act, keyword again, act like you don't care, you're playing a game. And if you watch any of my videos, you know I'm not about those games. And I'm not going to encourage any of you to be playing any games. So check that at the door. Leave that alone. Be true to who you are. Express yourself. If you do care, it's okay. It's okay to accept and acknowledge that you care about something that hurts you, that is bothering you. That's how you work through those emotions. That's how you get to your healing. To heal, you must face the pain. Don't act like it doesn't bother you when it does. And that way you can address it properly and resolve it, whether it turns into reconciliation with that individual or you being able to properly move on from that man. Number 4 mistake women make when a man pull away. And quick mention, get your copy of The Man God Has for You. I forgot to bring it in this video. That's my fault. But listen, if you follow me, you've probably seen the cover already. Either way, you can go to Amazon or click the link in the description or in the comment section, or go to www.themangodhasforyou.com. All right? Best-selling book. Women are loving it. Let's get back to number 4. So number 4 mistake that women make when men pull away is compromising your true desires to get him back. So let me just give a scenario. You meet a man, you like him, you guys are dating, everything's going well. All right? You want a relationship. He seems to be leaning towards just wanting to go with the flow and be casual. All right? So now he pulls away. And you sense that he's pulling away because maybe you are putting on the pressure too much about this whole relationship thing. And so in order to get him back, you now go back to him saying, okay, well, let's just try this casual thing, or, I want to give it a chance. You try to find some way to compromise your true desires to appease him and get him back in your life. It is a huge mistake. And it's a huge mistake for so many different reasons. One, you will never be truly happy and at peace if you're not being true to yourself and what you desire in that situation. You want a relationship? Stand strong on that. You want to get married one day? Stand strong in that. Do not waver from that because you want so badly to get this specific man in your life. Ain't no man.
Stop.
You
is not.
That's it right there. Like, shit. I don't know what this is about no more. But that right there, I'm like,
it's not. Let's make this clear. It's not the specific man that you want. It is the specific expectations that is in your head that you want. It has nothing to do with him, because if it had anything to do with him, another man coming resemble the same thing, you're going to keep him in your potential box and say, you know what? If Johnny 1 don't work out, Johnny 2 isn't going to work out. Be real with yourself and see it has nothing to do with him. It has to do with he look like the potential that's going to give me the marriage, the kids, the house. I can control him, because most of the time is you can control him in a certain way. You could get away with certain things. So I'm going to stay with him because of those things. So be real with yourself and admit that it has nothing to do with the being. It has to do with what you think the being can help you accomplish. A lot of us do not admit that within ourselves. So admit that, and you will realize that, I can compromise. Not only can I compromise with this expectation, but it was a bad word. This selfish expectation that I want, I have to then sit back and reevaluate the things that I want. Is it truly something that I think that I deserve? Or is it coming from a selfish way, or is it coming from the vision that my forefather had and I think that I can accomplish and I could use him to accomplish it? We have to reevaluate the things that we want when we're going into a relationship. Is it a healthy want that you want from this person? Is it something that you want personally, but you don't care how much it hurt that person, but you want what you want? That is something to add to what he is saying. So most of the time when we go into something or we take back that person, we truly did not take back the person because, oh, I about you or whatever the case is. It is what it can get while being with you. The survival relationship, as I keep calling it, you go back into that relationship for survival because you think that you can't do any better than him. Now you got to ask yourself, why do you think you can't do any better than him? Why do you think you can't sit back and do better by yourself in the meantime without him? Why do you think that you need attachment? Where do you think that attachment feeling and thought came from? Then get rid of it. Anything to add?
I've been all these different women, so I'm like, shit. Like, I've been. I be looking at my younger self like, God bless her heart. Cause I'm like, I've definitely been a woman that's like, why you don't want to be with me?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't think it was. If I'm being honest with myself, I feel like I would say the biggest connection to me with men was that longing for understanding the relationship between a man and a woman. Because I'm like, I'm not saying that the no I spoke to was special, I'm not saying that. But it wasn't nothing that I wanted them for. Except for like them to be there. It was like weird. Like I'm like, you just want company.
Yes.
Like not even necessarily just company, but you want to be understood from a man. You want to be loved by a man. You want to be caressed and embraced and heard, and like it was all of these things that I felt like I wanted, but I wanted them from a man because I never had that relationship with my father before. So it was like, I think even like if some back to like the daddy issues aspect of it is like, why am I not deserving of a relationship, of a healthy relationship with my father? So I think naturally, you know, and then go for men and women too. Like men not having a healthy relationship with their mother, I think will kind of fall into what they expect. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I think the relationship that we have with our parents fall into our expectations of other people, because and it's weird though, because I'm like, I didn't have expectations. That's what kind of makes it kind of like I don't know if it's oxymoron is the right way, like, but it don't really be making sense because it's like you're looking for a person of the opposite sex to meet expectations of a person that you've never met.
Right.
So that's when I start realizing, like,
are those even your expectations at this point?
You said what?
No, at this point you should realize if those are even your expectations or those are somebody else's expectation that was passed on to you, so you then inhabit that.
I think it was my expectations for me personally because I never had it. So it was like I expect that I deserve it. Like I do feel like I deserve to be listened to. Before you want my vagina, I do feel like I deserve to be loved genuinely before you want to have babies with me. But at the time, I couldn't understand why I had those expectations. So again, go back into the video. I think he's like don't compromise. Which pretty much like don't compromise your expectations, and not in that like expecting of another way, but more like I do want to get married. I do want to start a family. For me, I was in denial. I didn't think I wanted kids. But the truth is, I was afraid of what has already happened. I was afraid of having a child without the father being present. So again, it be them deeply rooted traumas that make you think that you don't have expectations, I think too. Like a lot of people, I think naturally we all have expectations. Like, but I think society has made it where it's like a bad thing. And then we don't even understand why we have those expectations. So I think it's definitely, I think it's a mixture of childhood stuff, and I think it's also that disconnection question. Yeah, huh?
I was saying childhood stuff unfair, or you was gonna say something else?
Childhood, I think it's a childhood rooted issue that I think start the first domino, I'm gonna call it. Like I feel like when you have to heal is because you've experienced the domino effects of trauma, pain, and confusion and fear, yes. But I think that at some point in my life in particular, I felt like I never even had a relationship with a man before, honestly. So it was like, you should, to me, I think that's where the standards come in the beginning of, like, your parents are supposed to create those standards. So you do, like, your dad should treat you amazing. So you had expectations for a man to treat you amazing. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, my expectations were based on the opposite of how my dad had treated me. But I didn't understand that. And therefore, I didn't have any standards. I kind of was just happy that a nigga was giving me attention. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my dad don't even call me. My dad don't even come. My dad don't even make sure I'm cool. So the fact that you're interested in me.
Yes, you. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for coming to my page. So I would like for you to subscribe, and I also want you to watch the last video, and I hope that you enjoy everything on my channel. Thank you.